Earth, our home. A tiny blue dot suspended in the vast cosmic ocean. Every person you've ever known, every story ever told, every triumph, every tragedy, it all unfolded here. But what if we step back? What if we zoom out? As we journey beyond our atmosphere, past the moon, beyond the sun, we embark on a quest to comprehend the true scale of the universe. And what we'll discover is far beyond imagination. As we leave Earth's embrace, our first milestone is the moon, located approximately 384,000 kilometers away. If you were to drive to the moon at a constant speed of 100 kilometers per hour, the journey would take over 160 days. From this vantage point, Earth appears as a fragile blue and green sphere, floating in an endless abyss. This humbling sight reminds us of our small place in the grand scheme of things. Next, we encounter the Sun, our solar system's gravitational anchor lying 150 million kilometers away. Sunlight, traveling at an astonishing 300,000 kilometers per second, takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach us. If a commercial jet flying at 900 kilometers per hour were to make this journey, it would take 19 years. This is just the beginning of the staggering distances within our solar system. Mars, our red planetary neighbor, is anywhere from 54.6 million to 401 million kilometers from Earth, depending on its position in orbit. A spacecraft can take anywhere from 6 to 9 months to reach it, while a commercial jet would need over 50 years to traverse this expanse. The sheer vastness of space is a formidable challenge for space exploration. Our next destination is Neptune, the farthest planet in our solar system, lying 4.5 billion kilometers from Earth. Sunlight takes 4 hours and 15 minutes to reach Neptune, showcasing the immense scale of our own cosmic neighborhood. Beyond this lies the Oort Cloud, a vast, icy region that may extend up to 1.9 light-years away from the Sun, marking the boundary between our solar system and interstellar space. But our solar system does not exist in isolation. Scattered beyond Neptune are celestial bodies known as trans-Neptunian objects, including Pluto, Eris, and Sedna. The Kuiper Belt, a region filled with icy remnants from the solar system's formation, stretches far beyond Pluto, housing thousands of dwarf planets and comet-like objects. Even further lies the scattered disk, a region where some of the most distant known objects, such as Farut and Farfarut, reside. These minor worlds, frozen in the darkness, hint at the mysteries of the solar system's outermost frontier. Scientists believe that within the distant reaches of our solar system, undiscovered planets may still exist. Some theories suggest the presence of Planet 9, a hypothetical planet lurking in the darkness, its gravity subtly tugging at the orbits of distant celestial bodies. If it exists, this world would redefine our understanding of planetary systems and their evolution. Leaving the Oort Cloud, we step into the vast and uncharted domain of interstellar space, the seemingly endless expanse between the stars. The nearest star system, Alpha Centauri, lies 4.4 light-years away, or roughly 41.3 trillion kilometers. At our current technological capabilities, reaching it remains a daunting challenge. Even Voyager 1, the farthest human-made object from Earth, moving at 17 kilometers per second, would take over 70,000 years to make the journey. Such vast distances make traditional units of measurement impractical, which is why astronomers use light years, the distance that light, traveling at 300,000 kilometers per second, covers in a single year. But Alpha Centauri is not just one star. It's a triple star system consisting of Alpha Centauri A, Alpha Centauri B, and Proxima Centauri, the latter being the closest of the three. Proxima Centauri, a red dwarf located 4.24 light-years from Earth, hosts an intriguing planet, Proxima b, an Earth-sized exoplanet residing within the star's habitable zone. Could Proxima b support life? Scientists remain uncertain, as its star emits powerful stellar flares that may strip the planet's atmosphere. Beyond Proxima Centauri, the nearby TRAPPIST-1 system presents even more fascinating possibilities. Located 40 light-years away, this red dwarf star hosts 7 rocky planets, 3 of which orbit in the habitable zone where liquid water could exist. With so many Earth-like worlds so relatively close, interstellar exploration is no longer just science fiction. It is a goal for the future of humanity. The Milky Way spans about 100,000 light-years and contains 200 to 400 billion stars, many with planetary systems. Thousands of exoplanets have been confirmed, yet billions more may remain undiscovered. Within this vast structure lies the human radio bubble, extending 100 light-years from Earth, the farthest reach of human communication. Beyond this, the universe remains silent, as our signals haven't traveled far enough to reach most potential civilizations. At its core sits Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole with the mass of 4 million suns, shaping the motion of stars in the galactic center. Surrounding it are stellar nurseries, such as the Orion Nebula, where new stars are forming, and globular clusters, dense spheres of ancient stars over 12 billion years old. Encasing the Milky Way is an invisible dark matter halo, a mysterious force holding the galaxy together. Meanwhile, the Milky Way itself is on a collision course with Andromeda, set to merge in 4.5 billion years, creating a new galaxy. Despite all we have learned, our galactic home still holds countless secrets, waiting for future explorers to uncover. As we expand our perspective beyond the Milky Way, we enter the Local Group, a collection of more than 50 galaxies, spanning 10 million light-years. Our galaxy and its largest neighbor, Andromeda, dominate this region, while smaller dwarf galaxies like the Magellanic Clouds orbit nearby. But in the grand scheme of the cosmos, the Local Group is just a tiny cluster in a much larger structure. Beyond it lies the Virgo supercluster, an immense web of thousands of galaxies spread across 110 million light-years. However, even this vast system is merely a fragment of something even greater, the Laniakea supercluster, a colossal structure 500 million light-years wide, housing 100 million billion suns. Within this supercluster, galaxies move in unison, drawn toward a powerful and mysterious gravitational anomaly known as the Great Attractor, a force pulling entire galaxy clusters toward an unseen cosmic mass. Yet, the universe is not evenly packed with galaxies. It forms a vast cosmic web, where filaments of galaxies stretch between immense empty spaces. One such void, the Boots Void, spans nearly 330 million light-years, an eerie abyss almost entirely devoid of galaxies, one of the largest known voids in the cosmos. Finally, we reach the edge of the observable universe, a sphere stretching 93 billion light-years in diameter. But if the universe is only 13.8 billion years old, how can it be so vast? The answer lies in cosmic expansion. Since the Big Bang, space itself has been stretching, carrying galaxies apart at speeds faster than light. This means that some regions of space are forever beyond our reach, expanding so rapidly that even light from them will never reach us. But what lies beyond this observable boundary? Scientists estimate that the universe may be at least 250 times larger than what we can see and possibly infinite. Beyond our cosmic horizon, there may be untold galaxies, undiscovered structures, and even regions where the fundamental laws of physics differ from our own. The concept of eternal inflation suggests that while our universe expanded from a single Big Bang, other regions of space-time could have undergone their own expansions, leading to the possibility of a multiverse. In this scenario, countless other universes may exist, each with different physical laws, dimensions, and cosmic histories. Some might harbor life, while others could be utterly unrecognizable. Could there be another version of you in a parallel universe? Are there entire civilizations thriving beyond our cosmic horizon? The observable universe is vast, but the true scale of existence may be far beyond anything we can comprehend. As we look out into the vast cosmic ocean, we are left with a humbling realization. Our entire history, our entire existence, is but a whisper in the grand symphony of the cosmos. But here's the real question. If the observable universe is just a fraction of what exists, what wonders, civilizations, and cosmic mysteries lie beyond our reach? Could there be other universes? Could there be something even greater? If you enjoyed this journey through space, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. This helps YouTube recognize our channel and share these incredible cosmic stories with more space enthusiasts. Your support allows us to continue exploring the mysteries of the universe and bringing them to you. Together, let's uncover the secrets of the cosmos.